Good morning and thank you all for being here to take part in the presentation. The topic of my presentation today is an effective leader with high emotional intelligence. The term emotional intelligence might sound new to you, so let me define what emotional intelligence is before I proceed further. Emotional intelligence is an art of knowing your emotions as they happen, taking care of them and using them positively. And according to Goldman, emotional intelligence is nothing but dealing with people at all levels. So this is how he defined emotional intelligence as. And according to a survey, 75% of the people with high emotional intelligence and low IQ tend to be successful leaders. And on the flip side, only 25% of the people with low emotional intelligence and high IQ are successful as leaders. So this is how important it is for a leader to have high emotional intelligence, for him to be successful. So the leader that I have chosen as part of my presentation is Umar bin Khattab. Why did I choose Umar bin Khattab? The reason I chose him is because of his honesty, his integrity, his just nature, and his simplicity. So these are some of the reasons why I chose him. And though there were and are many leaders, many great leaders, I chose him because history has seen very few leaders as the caliber of Umar. That's the main reason why I have chosen him. And next slide. One more slide. Emotional intelligence has 4 core skills. The first one being the self-awareness, second being self-management, third being social awareness, and the fourth being relationship management. For a leader to be effective, he has to have all these 4 skills. So what is self-awareness and self-management? Self-awareness is knowing your emotions, and self-management is managing them. So here I like to give an example of how Umar conducted himself when dealing with people. So one time Umar bin Khattab, Umar the Amir or the Caliph, he got a gift of cloth from the ruler of Egypt, from the governor of Egypt. So he distributed 2 yards of this cloth to everyone, to all the people who were present during that time at Medina. And he distributed 2 yards for himself too. So one day, Umar bin Khattab was wearing this garment that was made out of that cloth. So one of these subjects stood up and he asked him, he questioned the Caliph as why he gave them only 2 yards and he took more than 2 yards. So this question might arise now, like why did he asked him why he took more than 2 yards. Umar bin Khattab was a tall and heavy man, so he thought that for him to make a garment of out of 2 yards was not feasible, so that's why he questioned him. So in spite of being the leader of the Caliph, he didn't went out or he didn't become angry, but he called his son and he asked him to answer him. And his son told him that he had given his part of the cloth to his father so that he could stitch a garment. So this is how he conducted himself and this is how he managed himself. We showed that he had very high self-awareness and very high self-management. Coming to social awareness and relationship management. Social awareness is nothing but taking care of your people, taking care of their wants and helping them out. This is what social awareness is all about. So, in 1638, great famine hit the city of Medina, and there was no food and people were dying because of hunger. So Umar bin Khattab, as the leader, he called all his governors from the different provinces and told him to supply food so that he could feed the people of Medina. And one account said that he was the food that he was distributing on a daily basis was for 100,000 people. 100,000 people used to eat on a daily basis. So this is how much he cared for his subjects or for his people. And Umar bin Khattab used to go out at night in the streets of Medina to find out how his people were and to get an honest feedback about the leader, which is being himself. On one such occasion when he was on the path, when he was on the streets of Medina, he saw a man. He wanted some help, so he went to him and asked him what his problem was. And the man told him that his wife was expecting and he had no help. So he went. He immediately rushed back to his house, took his wife with him, and then rushed to this man's house. And his wife went inside and was helping the women. And the Caliph Umar, he was sitting. He lit fire outside and prepared food for this entire family, for this family. And when the child was delivered, the wife of Umar, she came out and she said, "Oh Caliph, tell your friend that he had got a son." So that's when this man realized that this was the great Caliph Umar. So this is how he conducted himself. This is how much he cared for his people. And when you care for the people, the relationships are automatically built. So in this way, this example illustrates us that he had very high social awareness and very high relationship management skills. So what were the outcomes of all this? He is and was revered by millions throughout the world, and he introduced this concept of police to take care of the civil order. He introduced the concept of of rest houses or service areas for the families. He had a judiciary system. He introduced the concept of treasury department. He introduced the concept of he was the first one to give pension to the widows, to the orphanages, and to the underprivileged of the society. And according to me, the most important outcome, is all these things that I just spoke about, because we see around that all the governments throughout the world are using what he had pioneered during his age. So in a nutshell, he was a man. He was great in the true sense of the term great. If you have any further questions, if you have any questions or concerns, please. If you have any questions, please visit Wikipedia or read his biography.